All right, welcome to the Spurs news. Today we're going to talk about a lot of things, but we're going to start off with the headlines. Please don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to the channel. All right, to the headlines. First of all, we have inquired about an electrifying magician. Levy has a lot of guts to ask for more money. And then our interest in La Liga starlet would make us face two clubs competition in La Liga for his signature. Let's get to it. Let's spur our way to glory. Okay, Spanish La Liga starlet is a 20-year-old we had talked about yesterday, De Vega. He is a Barcelona player right now, but he could be on the move. De Vega made appearances for under 17 Brazilian team. He also had spent his last season in the Cartagena. He spent last season as a loan in FC Cartagena, and he was 19 years old back then, of course. Okay, now he's keen on moving to the Premier League, but Barcelona are keen on putting on a buyback clause for him if he is to be sold this summer. Now let's see what happens with this deal, but there are other clubs interested, as we had mentioned in the headline. Let me know what you think about De Vega. If you have any ideas or concerns, or you want to know more about De Vega, let us know and we'll drop that in the comments below. Okay, I think we finally found a replacement for, or not a replacement, of course we can't, but we had found a backup for Harry Kane, Moussa Morega. He's 29 years old, he plays for Porto, and he has an incredible record. Just listen to these stats and let me know what you think, because I think this guy is impressive. According to A Bola, his release clause is £27 million. Now Porto are really looking to sell because he won't be signing an extension with them. Morega has scored 60 goals in 145 appearances for the club. Morega has a lot of creativity. He had 15 assists in this season. He is 29 years old, so I don't think he will really care about playing first string or being the first option on the team sheet, but so he would accept being a second stringer or play as a backup for Harry Kane. Now that being said, we're also interested in Josh King from Bournemouth. We had talked about him yesterday, and there are reports saying that we're still interested and this deal could happen. Now let's see what Daniel Levy could pull out of his hat this time. I'm saying we should go for Morega over Josh King. In my opinion, Morega has the build and has the creativity that we are looking for, and he has shown his potential in another league. Now Josh King would be a safer bet because we know what he's capable of at the Premier League. Now that being said, we would see at the Spurs news, if we are to choose between these two, we would go for Morega. Just Morega, his experience is much better, and his assists and goal record proves that it's a safer bet all in all. Let us know what you think, Josh King or Morega. Okay, Daniel Levy is crazy or out of his mind, or Daniel Levy just believes in himself too much. Daniel Levy had said that he had just rejected a 15 million bid for Sergio Aurier from AC Milan, and Milan are not meeting his valuation of 20 million, which he had paid for the Ivorian 2 years ago or 1 year ago when he brought him from PSG. He cost the club 23 million. That being said, now Daniel Levy understands the valuation of the player is a lot less in the given market, but Daniel Levy understands also that he has 2 years still with the club, and the Ivorian can improve with Jose Mourinho, and that's what he's banking on, I believe, at the Spurs news. That's why he's not forced or ready to sell very quickly. And he knows the transfer market keeps going up, it's not going down. We've seen the prices of players just go up year over year, and this year it's just been a dip because of the COVID-19. So it's just an exception, and that's why we've been able to bring in some bargains at the Spurs. Let us know what you think. Should we sell at 15 million, or should we hold on until we get the 20 million valuation that we are looking for, Aurier? Okay, this player has been offered to a lot of Premier League clubs, and especially to Mourinho and the Spurs. He's been playing in the second division in the Spanish league, La Liga, and he had scored 16 goals out of 30 games in Almeria, and he was called for the Uruguay national team and scored a goal for them. Now, that being said, if he's available, it would be a phenomenal deal, and it would be making a lot of sense. This is a player that just can develop and improve, and we think at the Spurs News he would be a great asset to the team. Let us know what you think about Nunes. We are at the Spurs News say sign him up as soon as possible. Okay, we had talked about this player, Sergio Reguilón. Reguilón has been on our radar for a long time, and he was on loan with Sevilla and won the Europa League this term. Now, Sergio Reguilón would not be a priority because we have a lot of left backs in the team, namely Ben Davis, Sessegnon, and the list goes on. Japhet Tanganga could play in that position. So we think that he could, and according to Alasdair Gold, he's not a priority at the Spurs, and we agree with him at the Spurs News because we have other positions we have to improve on, namely striking backup for Harry Kane. So Reguilón might not be an urgent addition, but if he's available for a good price, I'm sure Daniel Levy would not pass that deal on, and he will bring him in just to make a little penny off of him if it's possible, or just to increase depth in the squad. Okay, the magician that Spurs are inquiring about and West Ham are trying to sign as well is none other than the player who plays for Sporting Lisbon. He's 22.4 million worth right now, and he's a winger, which we have a lot of options for right now, but he is of interest personally of Jose Mourinho, and he has a lot of potential. Daniel Levy is interested in signing him. He's 22 years old, and West Ham have said, and according to Ebola, he's worth between 20 to 25 million. His name is Jovan Cabral, and he is one of the most exciting young talents in Portugal, and it seems like the ceiling is the limit for him, or the sky is the limit for him. So let me know what about Giovanni Cabral would you do? Would you sign him? I think if we are to sign him, I would move Eric Lamela on and try to sell him, and if we can get him in a bargain such as a 20 million to 15 million valuation, I think we can get around 10 to 15 million for Eric Lamela and just make that swap to make enough to bring him where he gets an opportunity to actually play for the team, not sit on the bench. The Spurs News, we think bring him in, but sell Eric Lamela at the same time. If not, just keep Eric Lamela, and let's see if he's available in January for a bargain price. Okay, Donny van de Beek is not going to be signing for the Spurs. We did try to say that he could sign for the Spurs, but it's an impossible deal because he was completing a medical at Manchester United according to reports and pundits today. And if that deal happens, it would be a phenomenal deal for Manchester United. Unfortunately, we missed on such a great player that has a lot of potential. I just can blame ourselves and no one else for missing on such a deal. Spurs News are very disappointed with Daniel Levy for doing so, but I guess he's a human being at the end of the day. Okay, do you know what Jose Mourinho is playing on his laptop? You would be surprised to figure that out. He has a Football Manager game on his laptop, so he's probably practicing his managerial skills in the game before applying them in the real life. That's why he doesn't know how to communicate with players sometimes. I'm just joking. I don't know, but that could be a reason. Jose Mourinho in the documentary released today, Jose Mourinho shows how he reacts to some of the pundits saying that he's out of age and he's not part of the future coaches, and he's not as good as he used to be because his backward mentality of dealing with players is just not acceptable in today's generation. So, typical Jose Mourinho said, well, Mourinho just F's it off. A long-term target that we've still been in negotiations with, and we're still in negotiations with, is Kim Min-jae, the captain of South Korea and the player that plays for Guam in China. Now, we did report that this interest had ended, but according to some pundits and gossips out there, that he's still on our radar and could be completing a transfer from his club to ours. And he would be available just to he would be a perfect replacement for Jan Vertonghen. He's described as the monster himself. So let me know if this deal is actually possible, or this is just gossip to sell more newspapers on the street. Blockbuster deal that we're about to sign is with our captain Hugo Lloris. We had said that this deal would be coming sooner or later, and Hugo Lloris would be offered a contract for him to end his career at the club. I think this would prove that Spurs is a club where a lot of legends can end their career, and is a club that cares about their players. Because I don't like the way, frankly, Jan Vertonghen was released or not given another extension for him to end his career at the club. So let me know what you think about this. I think it's a phenomenal deal. At the Spurs News, we think this is only the way to treat a legend like Hugo Lloris. Thank you for watching the Spurs News, and also subscribe and like the channel. Thank you for watching the Spurs News. Let's spur our way to glory. Have a great night.